All right, everybody, welcome in Gear Sprocket series from Bristol. Alex Tilley with Justin Shoop. Justin, how are you feeling tonight?
Feeling good, man. This is a good track. We're gonna have less cars than we did in the Cup Series. This ought to put on a phenomenal race.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I think it'll be a good time. How did you do in the Cup race? I was trying to remember how that went for you. Did you run that one?
It was a forgettable night for me. I was quick. I qualified fifth. I think in fifth place my qual time was a 15. I just looked not before. Sorry, it was a 14.878 for fifth place. I believe the leader ran like a 15.8, like a low 15.8, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a 15.7 or 14.7. Sorry. So I'm not sure what these guys will put on for the pole time here, but as for the actual race, it was good for the most part until we went going and I decided to pit. I don't remember what happened. Got cycled to the back. I collected in a wreck, and I know for sure you know how that goes.
Oh yeah,
It can end your night real quick.
yeah. This was probably one of my best races of the year, I think, and I ended up getting in a wreck on a restart. So it was pretty unfortunate, but yeah, that was wild running around here with 40 guys. These guys will have a little bit more room out here tonight, so I think it's going to create for a lot of good racing. I'm actually pretty excited for this one here. It should be a good one.
I think so too. Like I say, with them having less guys on the track and they'll be able to space out reasonably. This should be this should be some great racing.
Looks like we got Jeremy Beal on the pole right now, Ryan Robertson second, Brandon Meyer third, Matthew Semple fourth, and Tristan Acevedo fifth. Like 10 guys have taken time so far. See if we get any more guys out here. Jonathan Militia hasn't taken time yet. Now there's Min Hang, and those two guys were really fast in practice. We'll see if they get out here and have anything for the pole.
I was about to say I think Militia would be my pick to snag the pole here. Even in the cup race, I mentioned that I qualified a 14.878. He came in, he qualified seventh in the cup race at a 14.898. So only 2/100ths off of my time, and he started directly behind me.
Yeah.
So I expect him to take the pole here. In the Sprocket series, we'll see though. The 71, they in practice they were so tight that it really could go either way here.
Yeah, the 71 was quick in practice too. I'm waiting to see if these guys are gonna get a time in here. I thought I saw Militia go out for a lap. I'm not sure if he had maybe hit the wall or something here. I guess we'll find out here within the next couple of minutes. But yeah, looks like Beal's sitting on the pole right now with a 14.8.
Oh, it says okay. I see right here in the chat. It says the 71 and the 69 both hit the wall during their crawl laps,
Oh,
so they're gonna
okay.
come from the rear.
Yeah,
So this is interesting. That'll be even better if you ask me from a fan standpoint. This should be even better.
yeah. And the good thing for them in this race, the rear is like 11th. So I think that it'll be fun to see them try to come up through here. Looks like we've got about 17 guys here tonight. 10 have taken time. So yeah, it's about close to half the field. So yeah, like we were saying, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to watch here.
Yeah, looking like our front row right now is gonna be Beal and Robertson. Which Robertson, pretty well known Cup driver. Beal not been around so much during the Cup Series. I'm not sure what's going on with him.
Yeah, and me and Robertson are close. Plus, we're teammates and all that. And I know he's had speed at a lot of tracks. He just can't ever seem to get the finish that he's looking for at any of those. So I think that hopefully this will be a good chance for him to get a good finish here. So we got the 3-minute warm up now. So it is going to be Jeremy Beal on the pole, Ryan Robertson
And
second. So that's the front row.
Ryan's another one of those guys that I've been around a good bit in the Cup Series, and I notice he tends to just get the worst of some luck sometimes. I mean, and I'm another guy, and that's typically probably why I'm around him so much.
Yeah.
I just, both of us, I just end up on the wrong end of the stick sometimes, and
Yep.
that's racing, man. There's our days of being on the right side are coming.
Yep. I know I'm kind of right there with you guys a lot myself too. So, but
100%.
I think brighter days are ahead for all of us. I think you're doing pretty good in the points, though, aren't you? You're
I'm doing all right. I think I'm sitting in 10th right now, even after missing Watkins Glen. I had to miss this weekend, unfortunately. And I'm not much of a road course guy, but the Glen's definitely my best road course, and I think I could have maybe snagged the top 5 there, and that would have been nice for points. But getting no points on that, still sitting in 10th. Got nothing to complain about. I don't think I'll miss another race the rest of the season. I don't think.
Yeah, did you see my masterclass at Watkins Glen on lap 4?
I did not. I
I
haven't. I haven't had a chance to watch the broadcast back yet. I know it was a quick race. It seemed like you guys were done in an hour or so.
Yeah, I think I qualified like 7th or 8th or something, and I was actually just trying to take it easy early, and I missed. I was honestly going too slow through the bus stop, and I hit that second to last curb square, and it launched me into the air, and it took off on me on landing, and I couldn't catch it. That was an unfortunate end, but I rode
It
around.
happens.
Yeah, I rode around and finished 21st. I guess I quote unquote salvaged 21st, but yeah, it was. I was like 5th or 6th at one point in the standings. Now I'm back to 17th, so I got some work to do to try to make the playoffs. But yeah, I thought you were up there pretty well. So
I'm curious to see how the Cup drivers are going to do when they go back to the Glen now that they made that adjustment into the bus stop.
yeah, I know
That's going to be interesting.
it is definitely gonna be interesting.
I mean, either way, these guys will adjust and they'll probably just slow down the overall lap time. But I think a lot of guys are going to make mistakes.
I think we go to Watkins Glen here in the Sprocket Series too coming up. I'm not really sure what week it is, to be honest, but I know it's coming up. And yeah, I wonder, a lot of the guys that are in this series ran that Cup race, so that might give them a leg up there as far as iRacing goes too.
It'll definitely help with predicting a winner if you were interested in that.
Right.
And it looks like we go to Watkins Glen not next race, but the race after that. So 1 month exactly from now, July 15th, mid-July, we go to Watkins Glen in the Sprocket Series.
That should be a pretty
25
fun one.
laps.
Like we got just a couple seconds left here in the warm up, and we're gonna get these guys on the grid and get this thing underway tonight.
I'm ready to see it.
Yeah, me too.
And Brandon Meyer, I mean, that's another. Brandon Meyer's a phenomenal Cup driver to be here in the Sprocket Series. Ming Hang, another guy that yeah, his I rating might not be that high, but I'm telling you, anytime I've been around him on track, he's a thorn in my side,
Good
without a
driver.
doubt.
iRating
Yes,
doesn't always
yes,
tell the story.
absolutely.
There's a lot of great drivers that don't, race officials and stuff like that. So iRating, while it can be, useful, it doesn't tell the whole story for a lot of these guys. Yeah, we got Jeremy Beal starting on the pole, Ryan Robertson second, Brandon Meyer third, Matthew Semple fourth, Tristan Acevedo fifth, Joseph Enright sixth, Tyler Steiner seventh, Alex Snyder eighth, Chris Puglisi in ninth, Tom Torrey 10th, Min Hang 11th, Andrew Allen 12th, Kendorian Davis 13th, Jonathan Militia 14th, Jeremy Ensley 15th, and Terry Fennell in 16th. So we got 16 cars running here tonight.
It'd be a great race.
Like me and Floyd were kind of talking about this week. This is it's a cool opportunity too, because some of these guys haven't had a lot of success in the Cup Series, and some of them are still new to iRacing. Some of them haven't raced the next gen car a lot, and that's kind of the point of the Sprocket Series, to get them behind the wheel a little bit more and just to get more laps under them. And I love the aspect of this series. I'm super glad it started. I hope it continues on next year and moving forward.
Yeah, and hopefully this turns into, and obviously I'm an admin of the league, so I do have that little bit of insider scoop. Having an under series for the Cup Series is probably going to be a thing going forward. And personally, I hope that this turns into running somewhat side by side with the Cup Series in conjunction.
As far as like the schedule too, or
somewhat. I mean,
like real life, like a
personally,
lot of the races, they kind of happen
I don't
together, but then they have their off weeks, or like weeks where they're in somewhere else or whatever.
exactly. And this is the thing is, I'd like for it to be somewhat. This is my personal opinion. This is not what we've discussed or anything. It's just my speculation. What I hope happens is what I would pitch is that we already want our lower series to match the Cup Series and be the next gen cars, so that the guys that don't get the spotlight on Friday nights, they get their spotlight here on Monday nights. And we want it to be that way, but I want it to go, to a point to where maybe we allow we run enough races that we allow these guys to run. I don't know, 3 races throughout the season. They can pick their 3. Cup guys, anybody,
Hmm.
Peyton Howe, Perrin Huggins, me, any of the guys, anybody that's quick, anybody, Mike DeWalt, anybody
Right.
can run, a certain amount of these races, and give these guys it'd be my dream would be that it'd be like an Xfinity series, but we'd run it with the same cars because you know what I mean. You need to
That
be
that helps.
practicing for the
Yeah.
Cup series.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right. I definitely
but
agree with everything that you said there. I think that would be great. I hope that is what the series is able to develop into. I think
I
this is
hope
a good
that
start.
that'd be my goal for that. But we'll see where it goes. I mean, right now we're running every other week, and it's great that these guys get their time in the spotlight.
Sure. And speaking of start, getting ready to start this one here, I think we should see the pace truck driving in. Jeremy Beal, Ryan Robertson going to bring us to the green. And we are underway in Bristol.
Yes, sir.
Looks like a good start for Beal. He's going to clear Robertson. Robertson's going to come back on the bottom, though, right away in turn 3. We got side by side for the lead. Still hanging on his quarter. I think Beal's going to get him here down the backstretch. We'll see if... And Robertson's another guy that just because I've raced him so much, I know that he's the guy that he's going to back off and he's going to try to save his stuff is what he usually the approach that he tries to take. I was a little bit shocked to see him try to make that move for the lead so early. He's going to settle into second here.
And 100% helps when you start on the first row. Saving your stuff from second is a lot easier than saving your stuff from 20th.
Exactly. Definitely is. Got a tight battle here, second through fourth. Between Robertson, Myers, Simple, and Enright. Under a blanket, not too far away from Beal from the lead, too. Back in the pack, looks like everybody's sorted out for the most part right now. Minhang and Tyler Steiner are side by side for 7th. We're kind of keeping an eye on those guys. We talked about it coming from the back that we thought were going to be quick that didn't get a lap in, like Militia. He's up to 9th already. Minhang's up to 8th, so that'll be something to keep an eye on as we move through these opening laps as well.
And these two right here battling. I personally, as a driver, I don't see much of the point in this. I mean, as spaced out as they could be, just I don't know. I feel like they're burning the stuff up here a little more than they need to, and if this thing goes green, they might regret this battle right here.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like just quite can't clear him. Yeah, because, especially with the car count in this race, it really wouldn't surprise me if it goes green, for a long time or possibly the distance. I did hear that the fuel window here is about 120 laps. So if it does happen to go green all the way, they will have to pit once, which will be interesting. But
yeah, that's about what I was hearing was 116 to 120, somewhere in that range.
I think Minhang finally clears Steiner. Steiner's going to come back to him on the bottom here.
He's coming back on the inside, yeah. He should clear him here on the straightaway, and they should settle in.
And he's about to be under fire again, I think, from Mr. Militia back there. While up in the front, the battle for the lead is still tight between Beal and Robertson. Brandon Myers right behind him, too. 3 cars under a blanket.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's content where they're at right now. As you got Militia trying to take the spot here on the 44. We'll see what happens. And he clears him.
Yeah, he cleared him off.
Sends it in, clears him. That's a good pass.
Yeah, Militia's a guy, too. I know he finally got a top 10 this week, but I know that him and I have got tangled up with each other a couple times this year, but he always seems to run well during the race, and unfortunately just never quite gets the result to show it, so...
One again, I
yes.
mean, him and the 71 both started, I believe, 15th, 16th, and they're both up to 8th and 10th right now, so they're moving, they're coming.
Oh, yeah. Battle for the lead is really tight right now. Brandon Meyer and Ryan Robertson are side by side for second, right on the back bumper of Jeremy Beal. This is definitely a hot battle on the track right now.
Then you got the one lurking right behind, not too far behind.
And we were talking about guys in the spotlight. Matthew Semple, that's a guy that we don't hear about that often, in the Cup Series or even here. And he's up here running in 4th.
Love to see it. Running that Rouse Chastain jockey car. It's a great scheme.
I do. I love that car. These guys are back and forth up here. Meyer looked under Beal, couldn't quite get it done, and now he's back under fire from Robertson.
Robertson running that bottom, though. I think he's saving his tires a little bit better than what these guys are running the top.
Yeah. Oh,
As you
simple.
see him put the one in dirty air there a little bit, and the one got tight and got up into the wall, it looked
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I was surprised. A lot of the fast laps are being run on the bottom, but a lot of these guys are running the top early on here as Myers tried to look back underneath Beal for first place.
I think
but
if you're racing somebody side by side, the top's gonna prevail.
yeah, I agree.
If you're running by yourself, you gotta kind of diamond the bottom a little.
And especially when the run goes on, this is a track that is really hard to pass at unless the person in front of you makes a mistake or you can get him in lap traffic. It is really difficult to complete a pass on somebody here.
As further back, you've got the 448 making a move on Min Hang.
Trying to stick it to the outside here. Looks like the 07.
Almost
Maybe.
3 wide there for a second.
Yeah, maybe a little bit in the way of both of these guys here. It looks like Min Hang's trying to clear him. He's going to be close. I think he's going to get it done there. Oh, just barely. Just
Back
barely.
to his inside, yep. That was close.
448 is going to try to follow him through. I think he's going to be able to do that on the top, and I'm sure the 69 will do the same. Everything's settled out pretty well out front. The one car's lost touch just a little bit since he got up into the wall there. But yeah, we were talking about it. Min Hang, he's now up into the top 5, so we'll see if he can track these guys down. He's about a second and a half behind him right now. Jonathan Militia, biggest mover so far, +7, 14th to 7th. Min Hang is from 11th to 5th, so he's +6. And 71 just made a move on the 07, so now he's +5 as well. So yeah, just like we were talking about, these guys are making those moves to the front.
What it looks like. You got last time, Robertson tried the inside there of the 34 and just couldn't get that run off.
Oh, 34 just got in the wall right there. He's
a little slow, yeah.
I think he's gonna.
Let's see if the 66 can clear here.
Oh, we got
he
sideways.
gets loose.
He's got it though. Good save from Robertson. Also, I noticed, got distracted by that. Meyer, he hit the wall. It looks like he may have lost that right front fender. It looked like something flew off his car. I don't know. Just happened to look that way. But we'll see if he has any damage. We'll see if that affects him at all. Robertson looks like he's settled back in now after that. Min Hang is trying to make a pass for fourth.
It definitely looks like he's missing a piece of the fender there. Let me go get a different camera angle here, and I'll verify.
Meanwhile, Min Hang did just clear for fourth, so he is on the charge.
Oh yeah, the 34 is missing a piece of the right front quarter panel. But he's still, I mean, you know, short track racing, this shouldn't matter as much.
Yep. Robertson's trying to make the move on him again, though. Might make it a little easier for Robertson to make the pass, so if he does have damage, yeah, he slid up the track a little bit in a big way.
We'll see how much that affects the 34. He may have yielded to the 66, but we'll see if the two, how the two gets by him here.
I'm not a fan of the Celtics, but I do like that paint scheme. It's pretty clean. But yeah,
that is a good paint scheme. The 2 is much quicker. I think that damage is really affecting the 34.
Yeah, I think that might be a long night for him there after that. Didn't look like he got in the wall that much, but it's definitely having an effect on him. He was just up there battling for the lead. Now he's fallen over 1.2 seconds behind Beal already, so definitely having an effect on the 34 there.
Yeah, he's visibly slower. I think he's gonna drop like a rock here, unfortunately. That is not what the 34 needed. As we're only 30 laps into this thing.
Yeah, it's might be a long next 120 laps for him if it does happen to stay green, which everybody's pretty spaced out right now.
You got the 69 making a move on the 1 here for 5th.
The 1 was up there, and
he's going to go around it.
Yeah, 34 is low on the track. Yeah, I think 34 is coming to pit road here, it looks like.
So that should put Jonathan Militia here into 4th place. Then you've got the 71 still hanging in there. Kendorian Davis, he's working on that 1 car. He's going to clear him here.
Ooh, kind of forced the issue there. And the 448.
You got 4th and 5th. The guys that were the fastest in practice started last, and they're up to 4th and 5th place right now.
Yep. And 3rd if you count Min Hang in there. He's flying up there. But we'll see if Militia and and Davis, they're about 2 seconds off these guys. We'll see if they're able to make up any ground. Be interesting to see who's been doing the best job of saving tires.
Well, and
But
you gotta think the 42 and the 66 here have been saving
yeah,
a decent bit. Yeah, maybe Ming hangs that much quicker. I don't know, man. I feel like they're just kind of buying their time a little bit.
riding a,
Personally, I think he catches up enough to put himself in dirty air. That's when we'll decide to go a little bit.
riding along with Ryan Robertson right now, and you can see they're starting to close in on a little bit of lap traffic. They got 3 cars up there. We'll see if that has any impact on the race lead here.
A little bit of dirty air is definitely not gonna help. But it makes you wonder how hard the two's been pushing to catch up to those guys.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say he really was closing a bunch, but he's really kind of stabled out the last couple laps. We'll see. Maybe he's taking it easy now that he does have the track position, or maybe he's burned him up. I guess time will tell. As looks like Andrew Allen just got put a lap down by Beal.
And he's gonna go ahead and yield to the 2 car.
Brandon Meyer is back on the track with the fender back in place, but he's 3 laps down, so he's definitely needs some help. Like Ensley is getting ready to go a lap down. Tom will be up next. Tom was he was running around about 13th, 14th here when the race started, so he's moved up to 11th. Running the horse boat machine. We're trying our best to fill his shoes during this series, or fill his shoes. Sorry.
Of course. Some hard shoes to fill.
Yeah, that's for sure. Looks like the 2 is starting to close in on the 66 here. We'll see if
He's reeling them in. There's no doubt about it. I think that right now the 66 needs to play defense, which I think right there he did perfectly. You need to play a little air defense here.
even though this is a short track, it definitely does come into play around here.
Which he's doing phenomenally. The problem's going to be is if he gets to the point to where he needs to defend and the 42 is putting him in the same air that he needs to defend.
Yeah,
That's where your issue is going to be is you've got these 3 almost identically spaced out.
Yeah, we got really close racing here. It's going to be 3 cars under a blanket for the lead before too long, I got a feeling. And looks like Kendoria Davis has actually made the pass on Militia through the lap traffic. They are about 4 seconds behind the lead, though, as it stands right now. Right now, we got a 3-car race up here in the front. Everybody else seems like they're pretty spaced out right now. Yeah, that was back to Meyer. That was unfortunate. Like I said, it didn't even seem like he hit the wall quite that hard, and it probably going to end his chance of winning tonight. He was up front that whole first little part of the race there.
Yeah, it depends. It looks like he got his right front fixed up a little bit here. If this thing goes green, like I say, it's a one-stop race regardless. Maybe he made his one stop to the point to where he can make it to the end.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure if he took tires or if he did take gas. I'm not sure if he just took gas and tried to fix enough damage. But if it does come to the point where everybody else has to pit, he will cycle back out.
He'll definitely cycle out, and I think that's what he's hoping for here.
We got the 448 coming into the pits right now. He was running up about 6th or 7th place. Look like he has any damage, so this must be a planned stop for him. Guess we'll see if that strategy works out for him there.
That's Brandon Myers. Actually, as he's come out of the pits here, he's working his way through the leaders pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like
that tells me he definitely took 4.
100%.
Yeah, as he just gets one of his laps back there, that'll help.
Absolutely.
But I think it'll be interesting to see, because this race, it's got to feel that it's going to go green for most of the race. So there's going to be a game here, I think. If you're one of the cars, maybe, even maybe for like a 4th on, if you're outside of the top 3, you're 4 or 5 seconds behind. Maybe you take the gamble and try to split the race just in half and try to gain some time if these guys stay out. Because but then of course the bad part about that is if the caution comes out, you're pretty much done for. You'll be 3 laps down at least.
Exactly.
Going up on a little bit more lap traffic here.
At this rate, I really don't expect or anticipate a caution.
Yeah, everybody's been pretty mindful of each other so far when they are racing on the track. We still got these top three are just about the same distance apart. Robertson's closing in a little bit on the bumper of Beal there. Tom's going to have to try to fight his way to stay on the lead lap. That last lap,
Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Robertson was
Oh,
10th
here we
faster that
go.
last lap. Yeah, this is big.
With the 42 being in dirty air there, we'll see how this plays out if Robertson's gonna try and make a move here.
You see Robertson went to the bottom there to try to make that move, and it just, with these old, now that we're
Now
56
you
laps
got
in,
the
the old
one car
tires,
coming into this.
ooh, like Tom's going to yield maybe. He's kind of stuck it on the outside.
Oh, and
Robertson's
he
in a
gives
bad
him a
place.
shot. The two's on the wall. That's a tight battle.
Person who loves that's Jeremy Beal.
The one's got to get on through there. I mean, that's exactly what the 42 wanted to
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Not necessarily the car in front of
Oh,
him here. He's getting blocked.
yeah, Andrew Allen now. Uh-oh, now Min Heng's
Maybe you can give him
shooting
a little
through.
shot. Look at the two. Might shoot it 3 wide here.
Oh, he almost went from third to first in one corner, but Jeremy Beal gets off the corner well. Wow, what a battle here.
That is a battle. And I think Ryan Robertson did the right thing, just kind of staying out of that there. That was dicey.
Yeah. Hopefully it didn't affect him too much when he got in the back of the 99. Didn't look like he got too much damage there. But one thing before all that started, I was going to say, we got these old tires on here now. He tried to go to the bottom to make a move on Beal, and it didn't stick at all. It's going to be very difficult for these guys to try to pass each other without some other influences, I think, especially the further we get in. But the two cars looking
Yeah,
really
I
fast
agree.
right now, but he's running just about hitting the wall every lap there, right in the middle
I
of the
see
corner.
that. It definitely looks like he's arcing on entry as much as he can there.
Working out for him, but definitely don't want to push it a little bit too far. Well,
As
60.
you got Ryan Robinson up into the wall there. He dropped back and yielded to 2 lap cars. And they're going to come up here on the leaders.
Yeah, the 448's making a move. I think the 44 is also on some freshies as he flies around Jeremy Beal. I think Beal got loose off the corner there, it looked like, too. I was surprised to see
And
Beal.
that's the thing with these guys. All these guys coming down and pitting, they're going to be...
Yeah,
They're definitely going to have that short pit advantage. I mean, when these guys come into pit, they're likely won't cycle out as the leaders.
yeah, for sure. And you remember when Brandon Meyer went past these guys, he unlapped himself. He's already back into turn 3 right now, and these guys are just coming off of, just now coming off of turn 2, so he's making up a lot of time out there.
He's moving.
I don't know how long
And it
he
may
had this.
come it may come down to where 2 pit stops might even be quicker than 1.
Yeah, especially with how fast he's going right now. I mean, look at it here. I mean, that last lap, he's running over a second faster than the leaders, and at this track, that's that's pretty significant in this short of a lap time.
Without a doubt. It's showing me the leader running a 15.857 right now.
Like the one's trying to get his lap back on Jeremy
Showing
Beal
me
right
Brandon
now.
Meyer at a 15.507, so he's almost 3.5 tenths faster than the leaders.
Yeah. Looks like I'm a little bit surprised that the 2 fell off a little bit. I kind of almost expected him to run up there and grab the lead, but he's over a second back now. Again,
Well,
not,
and the thing with the 2 is he pushed hard. He came somewhat from the back as well. So
mhm.
him having to work up there to even get past the 66, he definitely probably cooked his stuff there a little bit. As you see the 71, I don't even know how far back is he?
He is coming out of. He's just crossing the start-finish line right now. He is about 5 seconds off the lead, so he's kind of been in that area. He did come from the back, but he's been right about that time though for the whole race. So if caution does happen to come out, I think he's one to watch. Seems like he's got pretty okay long run speed.
I think he's got good long run speed.
69
A
on
little
the other
bit
hand
better
is
than
kind
the
of falling off.
69.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah.
say he's fallen off a little bit, but I'm sure he's a guy that pushed hard at the start, and you kind of had to when you started that far back. See how many spots you can gain on the restart. But it's
Especially if
costing
the
him now.
race is going to go green. I mean, that's tough. And I believe that's why we've got such a gap here between Jeremy Beal and Min Heng.
only got 5 cars on the lead lap right now. It's actually the 69s coming into pits. That'll make it 4 cars on the lead lap. A lot of these guys are taking that, at least trying to split the race in half. Well, I guess a lot of these guys have already pitted earlier, so maybe somebody is going to try the 2-stop strategy, but it'll be interesting to see how long these guys stay out. I definitely think we might see a changing of the guard at the lead if these guys
I
continue to
think
stay out this long.
I think best battle we've got on track right now, right here, is actually in front of Min Hang, the 07 of Joseph Enright and the 41 of Alex Snyder are actually battling for position here
Currently, that's
for
for a
fifth.
top 5 spot.
And Min Hang coming down to pit
That's a big one. I wonder if that'll pull
on
the
lap
66 and the
74.
42 down here.
So we'll keep an eye. We'll see. We'll see when that 42 decides to come in. You anticipate he's not going to want to run too much longer.
A long pit road around here in the green. Like Snyder was not able to make that pass on Enright. He's coming back on the outside of him now. I think he's quite a bit
He's got the
faster than him.
momentum.
Yeah, I think it looks like Enright might pull off here. He might be going for pit road.
I believe so.
He is.
So he's going to surrender his spot. Robertson stays out. And he's getting
Leader
challenged
Jeremy
by
Beals
Snyder.
on pit road now.
Yep. So all the leaders, Robertson should resume the lead here.
Picks up his lap lead. Ken Dorian Davis hasn't pit, and Alex Snyder hasn't pit. And I don't think Tom Torrey's pit either. I think everybody else except for the current top 5 has pitted. Brandon Myers cycled back to 6th, so he might actually end up with the lead after all this.
So it looks like Min Hang and Jeremy Beal are attempting to split the race in half. Robertson's going to stretch it here a little bit.
I think there comes a point though where everybody else has come down. I think it's close to time. You're just going to lose so much time here. But if some of these guys are trying to pit twice, you're only trying to pit once. That is, I mean, 2-3 laps is pretty significant.
You've got the 71 and the 69 both pitting.
41.
You got a little contact there out of 4 by Andrew Allen and the 448.
Those guys are, Andrew Allen's 4 down right now. But, of course, all these guys are going to get some of their laps back once the 66 pits, as he is still out there hanging on.
And I don't necessarily blame him. Not one bit. I mean, if you can stay out and even catch a caution at the right time, that'd definitely be ideal.
Tom Torrey's doing the same thing. He still hasn't pit at all yet. He's running 3rd right now. Dorian Davis is coming down pit road here, the 71. I think it's just Robertson and Torrey, and that's it. Everybody else has been down pit road, and you see Brandon Meyer is running 3rd. So he is, once these guys do pit, he's going to cycle out to the front. Unless the caution comes out, which would definitely be impactful.
That would definitely benefit. Yeah, that would definitely benefit the 66 here.
Yeah. So 5th on Bex, 2+ laps down. And you can see, I mean, the 71 is going to lose. He lost a spot to the 44 and the 1, who I believe he had passed. So that was part of staying out for him.
But right now, you've actually got Tom Torrey here in 2nd.
Yeah. Min Hang just unlapped himself. I think he was 2 down, so he'll be 1 down now. But it's crazy the speeds these guys on new tires are running. Be interesting to see how it works out for the 66 as the 42 flies around him as well.
Yeah, we've got a huge mixed bag of strategies.
Well, I guess the good thing for us being kind of amateurs at this, at least we only have 16 cars to keep up with and not 40 when all this is going on. Because there is about, I think there's about 15 cars and about 15 different strategies going on. There's a lot of guys fitting on a lot of different laps here.
And Tom does it by himself as well.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it shakes out as far as how far away everybody is from each other once everybody gets back on the lead lap here. Because Myers, he's gonna have a pretty big lead, as I think Robertson's coming down pit road now. He is. So he is finally making his pit. That might turn the lead over to Tom if he's gonna stay out and try to get himself a lap lead.
I believe that is exactly what's gonna happen here. And that's going to put Brandon Meyer in 2nd place.
The hard part about that for Tom is that Robertson crossed the finish line before him on pit road. So he technically got that lap lead still, I think. But if Tom stays out here.
Ooh,
We get
ooh, we
another
got
one.
it dicey
Tight
here.
battle. Tight battle trying to
Man,
get
ain't
around him.
gonna punt Tom a little.
Oh! Tom's in the wall. Oh, and now he's got that fender problem. Worked out well for Brandon Meyer, though. We'll see if it works out well for
So
him.
I don't know what happened, but when they resume here, yeah, Min Heng's gonna take over the
Yeah,
lead. I don't know what happened to the 42, but man, he is way back there.
the 34 as well. He was ahead of Minhang for a lot of that cycle. But you got to remember, the 34, he pitted so early that he's now the one on old tires. So it's not too surprising to see him falling back now. But yeah, Minhang out front. Jeremy Beal is now 2 seconds behind him. And I think that some of that definitely is that Minhang pitted a handful of laps before Beal, maybe 5 or 6, I think.
That's
And
definitely the deciding outcome, and that's scary to see.
yeah,
If you're the 66, if you know of that,
the
that
66,
is not gonna end up good.
he merged back out. He's 8th place right now. Just took a 7th back over, but he's a lap down after all that. But we'll see.
It looks like short pitting was the way to go here. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see. He's gonna come back on strong tires without a doubt.
We'll just
I'm not sure if he's gonna have enough time to catch him. Same as Beal. Beal's gonna, even though he dropped back a little bit here to the 2 car, he's gonna have a little bit fresher tires.
And if you know, if you're Beal right now, really all you can do is I think it's smart to just sit and save your tires right now and try to make that charge because we still got 55 laps here, which is fast at this track, but you know it's still a good chunk of laps. I think you got to save him a little bit and see because remember Min Hanks he started to fade a little bit there at the end of that first run, which it might be
So
different for him now because he's out front, so that might entice him to save
Beal
tires a
ran
little bit more.
Beal ran a 15.164 that lap, and Min Hang he just crossed the line at a 15.2. Beal crossed at a 15.2, so they're running about the same speed right now.
Interesting to see if they're able to close the gap. We only have 3 cars on the lead lap after that exchange. The 448 was a big beneficiary of that too. I think he was running about 6th or 7th, and he's up in 3rd right now. So Robertson
So that
suddenly is back
time,
up to 4th, even though he's still a lap down. He was 7th just a couple laps ago, so he's making positions back up.
Beal was about, now that he got clear of that lap traffic, he's about 2 tenths faster than the leader right now.
Well, let's see what Robertson is about 2 or 3 tenths faster than the leaders right now. I'm just, like you said, I'm just not sure if he's going to have time. I think the longer the run goes on too, it's going to equal back out. But he's definitely charging right now. He just ran a 14.9 compared to Minhang's 15.2, so he's 3 tenths faster right there. But he's still about a lap and a half down.
Beal's still about 7 tenths quicker. Not 7 tenths, but
Yeah,
7/100ths quicker.
it was about 2.5 back. He's cut it under 2.2. We'll see. Minhang
15.3.
doesn't have much
Beal
lap.
to 15.2.
Doesn't have much lap traffic in front of him here.
Beal's about a tenth quicker a lap. We'll see. We'll see how this works out.
Minhang just got held up really bad there by Andrew Allen in the 88. Split up on him off the corner there. Beal's got it under 2 seconds.
He's reeling him in. He's about a tenth quicker a lap.
I'm gonna check on the 66. He's still ripping around. He's getting really close. He's got a bunch of cars in between him and the 42 and the 2 to get his lap back. But there's a gaggle of cars here coming off forward. We got the 41 of Snyder, 99 of Torrey, Robertson's there, Semple's there. I think the
leader with lap traffic here, this is not what you want to see. Not one bit. Especially when the guy behind you is running about a tenth quicker.
Ryan to close that gap. It's been stable the last couple laps. We'll see if Beal can crank it back up at all here. I'm still a bit surprised we didn't have at least one caution. So I figured there'd be an early caution before we got to this point of the race, but these guys have done a good job of keeping it clean.
They've done a phenomenal job.
The 448's back on pit road. Just talked about him running 3rd. Not sure if he's going to try the 2 stops. I think it's starting to get a little bit late for that with 40 to go, but we'll see how it works out for him. New tires, definitely a huge advantage.
Big time.
Robertson's closing back in on these two guys. He is running quite a bit faster, but I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time, like you were saying, to get his lap back and then catch him again.
He's about 4 or 5 tenths faster. I don't know, man. He's catching Bill in a hurry. We'll see. We'll see how much this lap traffic plays, but right now the 66 is reeling the 42 in a hurry.
Definitely on the charge, and Beal's cut another about a half a second off Min Hang there. He's down to 1.6.
And Robertson's in the picture. I mean, he is back there. I think he might have found the right strategy here.
Just got the 40 to go. Yeah, but he's still a lap down, though, so we'll have to see if he does have that much speed in him.
One thing I must say is Min Hang has done a great job getting through this lap traffic. He's got nothing but clear track ahead of him right now.
He looks like, yeah, he's got 2 cars between him and Beal, so that's definitely not what you want to see for the 42.
I think the 44 might be quicker.
See if the 66 is just about to catch up to the 42. The 448's now trying to make a move on him as well. He was just on pit road. Definitely a mess out here right now among these guys. A lot going on. 88, I think, is on fresh tires as well.
And you've got Robertson that really closed up right on the 42. We'll see what Beal does here. Robertson to his inside.
I think he's going to get him pretty easily here with those tires. Looks like he will.
I believe so.
Oh, 448 right in front of him.
That should bring out a caution.
And that will bring out a caution. 57's involved. Or, sorry, 53's involved. Have to go back and look at what happened there. The 448 definitely got around.
And I tell you what, Robertson, as I can definitely guarantee you he's frustrated there because he was moving quick without a doubt. And there still being, 35 laps left in this race, I think he'd have reeled Min Hang in.
Yeah. He is going to be the lucky dog. We'll see here.
Frustrating moment for the 66 there.
Rewind here and go back and see what happened. I think the 448 just got loose. Front of the field there. It's kind of overcorrected back up onto the straightaway. 53 gets involved. I think the 41 might have got a little piece of it there. I think he's going to be okay. Definitely the 53's night is probably done. That's unfortunate for Tristan, too. He was having a pretty good run tonight. He just came back down pit road. Yeah, I think he just got loose and just kind of overcorrected it. That's unfortunate for those guys.
I'm curious to see what happened here. Ryan Robertson just went around the pace car and went to the tail end of the field.
He was lap down. He got the lucky dog there, so he was still a lap down. Yeah. So I was gonna see
because it showed him. Okay, so it showed him as third. Even he got the lucky dog in third place. There was only 2 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, that is correct.
Wow.
So we'll see here. These guys are the good part for Robertson though is that he is, he's gonna still get to pit with these guys. All these other guys, if they want to get their lap back, they're gonna have to take the wave around, and that's obviously they won't be able to pit. So I guess the good part for him being the lucky dog is he's gonna be able to get tires. We're gonna have less than 30 laps to go here. Of course, both Min Hang and Beal are on pit road. That's a no-brainer with how few cars are on the lead lap here. I definitely shook it up.
100%.
Fortunately, it is going to block a lot of these guys a lap down there, but...
Well, and hopefully this isn't a cautions breed cautions type of moment.
Yeah.
Because now, at the initial restart these guys had in mind, this is a long race. Just going to settle in and see what happens. Now we're restarting. with under 30 to go,
Oh yeah,
this could get a lot more dicey. You've got a good bit of these guys that are laps down. Caution wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing that happened. You know,
yeah. I
we'll
mean,
we'll see what happens here.
you're gonna have the 2 and the 42 are gonna be going at it. You're gonna have the 66 who's gonna be on their lap trying to come back through the field. Who's gonna have to start at the tail, and then you're gonna have the fight for the lucky dog. So I think there's only looks like so the top 3 are gonna be on the lead lap with Robertson getting the lucky dog. Kendorian Davis is 1 lap down in 4th, and Joseph Enright is 1 lap down in 5th. So it's really between those 2 guys for the lucky dog. Everyone else is 2 or more laps back there. So as we just got the green flag back
Flags
out.
out.
Minhang got a great restart on Jeremy Beal there.
And it's looking like this is going to be unless we get a caution, this is going to be a 2-car race here for the win.
Minhang jumping out to a 6/10 of a second lead on that first lap there. And Robertson has actually pushed up to 4th in line already. So he's 4th on the track, even though he's obviously 3rd place. But he made it past a lot of those guys already. He's only just behind the 71. So
And it looks like he's cutting ground.
yeah, he's not entirely out of this thing, I don't think. It's going to take a lot for him to be able to catch these guys, but we'll see if he's able to do it.
As it looks like Beal's reeling hang in just a little bit. I mean, that initial restart, he fired off pretty strong, but
We got another
the caution that
caution
Ryan
here.
Robertson needed. This is a brand new race.
It is for sure. I was trying to see what happened there. I think it has something to do with the 99 here, unfortunately, maybe. Go back and check it out. Yeah, it looks like there's between the 99 and the 34. It looks like the 34 just kind of got maybe a little loose off the corner and just hooked the 99 back down the back straightaway. Not too much damage for these guys, it doesn't look like. Definitely a pretty good hit for Tom there.
I'm not sure that the 34 got loose. It looked like he checked up for the 07 right after the apex. Tom took his inside here. I'm not sure what the 34, why he was that far down the track.
He definitely did check up for the 07, but yeah, it's just kind of like, just kept coming left off the corner. Definitely interesting.
I'm not sure that he knew Tom was going to be right there like he was.
Yeah.
I think he thought Tom was going to give him a little more room than what he did.
I definitely think he probably got thrown off from the 07 too, because he had to check up a lot.
It threw off his line in the middle of the corner without a doubt.
Right. Like Tom is gonna stay in there though. He's in the top 10 despite being 3 laps down. Like pit road might have still been closed. I was gonna be curious to see if any of these top 3 were gonna maybe come back down and get more tires, because why not? There's only 3 cars on the lead lap, but there's gonna be 4 now with Dorian Davis getting his lap back, but he's gonna have to go to the tail. So
Yeah, definitely.
I think they might have stayed out there. I don't know about you, but if I was maybe Robertson or maybe even Beal, 3 cars on the lead lap, just come back and throw 4 more tires on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise,
Without a doubt. I mean, the initial 2 to 3 laps might suck on the cold tires getting them warmed up, but I mean, once you got temps in them, you should be quicker. Especially, like you say, not having to drop back further than 3rd.
right. But also, I'm not sure
kind
how
of a
many
no-brainer.
I'm not sure how many sets they get for this race. They've already used at least 2.
I believe they had 4
Yeah.
total. Let me double check.
Anyway, on the restart here, I think we might get 1 to go this time. We're gonna have Minhang, Jeremy Beal, Ryan Robertson, and Dorian Davis back on the lead lap, running in 4th. And that's gonna be it for your lead lap, guys. Joseph Enright's in 5th, Alex Snyder 6th, 7th is Brandon Meyer, 8th is Matthew Semple, 9th is Tyler Steiner, and Tom Torrey still in 10th.
So four total sets.
Okay, so everybody should. I think these guys up front have only used 2. So you think they still got 2.
And Robertson as well. I think the entire lead lap guys have used 2 tire sets, and they have 1 left of stickers.
We'll see if maybe we get another caution, if we might see that move from some of these guys. Getting ready to go back green here, though. We'll see if Jeremy Beal can keep up with Min Hang this time. Not a good restart for him last time, but going to get a second shot at him here as here we come off of turn number 4. Pace car is in, and we're back underway. Another rough start for Beal there, though. Min Hang gets out and away. Yeah, that is exactly, if Ryan Robertson wanted a chance to win this race, that's exactly what he needed right there. And he's trying to put the pressure on Beal. He's pushing really hard, though. We just got loose coming off 4 there.
100%.
Just 19 laps to go here. So it's definitely time to go. That'll go by in a hurry around here.
This Beal's doing a pretty good job of air blocking the 66 there.
71 is also on the lead of the lap. He has cleared himself up to 4th on the track, I think, but he's 2 seconds off the lead. Battle is tight for 2nd.
Beal gets a little loose there. Robertson's going to close up.
Seems like Beal gets him on entry, but Robertson's able to pull back to him on the exit of the corner. See if he can make that move. Again, we've talked about it a couple times. It's really difficult to pass here.
Beal's doing a real good job of taking the air away from the 66. As he doesn't there, and he's going to close. He should close up here a little.
Lost it just a little bit off the corner. It's really difficult to compete with that top line off the corner.
It is.
And hang out front by about 0.6 of a second. So he's not left these guys. See if they got anything left for him. We've only got 13 laps to go here.
12 to go here at the line.
I think it's going to be tough for these guys to catch back up to the 2, but we'll see if they're able to do that.
It looks like Beal's reeling him in a little.
He is a little bit. He's got it under 0.6 of a second. Just a hair faster than in that last lap. And he's pulling Robertson right with him, so could end up seeing another 3-way battle for the lead. It's been kind of these 3 guys up front for most of the race.
I agree.
Definitely a good showing for all 3 of these guys, no matter how it ends up here.
They're really reeling him in.
They are. Beal is making a charge right now, and he is pulling Robertson right in tow.
And this is the right time. 10 to go. This is the time to go. Whatever you got, you send it. If you're the 66, maybe you do want to be a little smart, but you're still sending what you got.
Oh, yeah.
As he gets a little loose there off exit. And this is going to be a 2-car race now.
Got to reel it in, and I think he's going to have to hope for something to go on between the 2 and the 42.
As Beal is really reeling him in here.
He is just about there.
I think he chose about the perfect time to go. Min Hang's definitely feeling the pressure here. As he's going to have to play perfect aero defense to hold off that 42. The 42 is definitely faster.
He is sending it into the corner, making up a lot of ground on him. Min Hang is able to get that run back off the corner. We have a battle. And you have to remember how... Oh, he got close to his bumper there. But you got to remember...
He did. He's sent it in deep.
Got to remember... Oh, he got loose right there, too. That's going to hurt him. Got to remember how the cup race here finished, too. Had some contacts, very controversial. We'll see if Jeremy Beal's able to make one more charge at him here. We only got 4 laps to go. He's definitely faster right now. It's just going to be whether
100%.
It's just going to be whether he can get back to him or not. Oh, he's so close there. I think he's going to get another shot on him for sure.
I think no matter what, you get to the... Oh, here he
we
is
go.
to his inside. He's going to make the move for the lead.
3
He's
to
on
go.
the quarter panel.
What a battle here to end this one. Min Hang, Jeremy Beal. Beal's going to send it in there. Can he make it stick? Almost banging
What a
doors off the
battle.
corner. White flag is in the air, I believe, this time. No, sorry, 2 to go. We still got 2 left.
2 to go.
But Jeremy Beal's cleared.
He's going to clear him.
Oh, we got sideways!
Oh, he gets loose!
He's in the wall!
Oh, he drives it in too hard. He's back up the track. As it looks like the two of Min Hang.
Min Hang is going to win this race after the 42 had him cleared. Got loose off of 2. That's a heartbreaker for Jeremy Beal. But it is going to be a
Flawless
Sprocket
race.
Series win at Bristol Motor Speedway for Min Hang. Ryan Robertson second. Kendorian Davis is third. I guess Jeremy Beal's still going to finish fourth because of how many people are on the lead lap, but he does not care about that, I'm sure, at this moment.
I would not.
Yeah, Joseph Enright fifth, Brandon Meyer sixth, Matthew Semple seventh, Alex Snyder eighth, Tyler Steiner ninth, Tom Torrey rounding out the top. And what a finish
What
he had there.
What a last 15 laps, 20 laps of that race.
That was really, really fun to watch, and that's a heartbreaker for Jeremy Beal.
Had him clear. Took the lead. Had him clear. Oh my god, I bet he's sick.
And you know how that is, though. Coming off those corners in these next-gen cars, if you hit the gas just a fraction too early, it takes off on you. I think that's
100%.
definitely what happened to Beal. Min Hang burning it down on the front straightaway. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he's won in the Cup Series yet this year either, so this is his first Gears victory of the season. Yeah.
He's had some real strong run in the Cup Series, there's no doubt, but first time finding victory lane in Gears this season.
I'm going to see if we can maybe get a word with Min Hang here.
Most definitely.
Yeah, what a battle that was. That was really entertaining for us to watch there. Min Hang doing the Polish victory lap right now. And even though he ended up getting back by Beal, it was still, I mean, Min Hang led a lot of this race tonight.
100%.
Very strong.
It took him a little while to get where he started up to the front, but once he did, that's pretty much all she wrote. I mean, when they came in and pit under green, like I say, I'd like to go back and see how much of an advantage he had over Beal, but once they pitted, man, that was it. He had it from there.
Tough ending for Jeremy Beal. Great finish for Min Hang. We're going to go back and look at that there here real quick. Whoops. Yeah, Beal just lost it. Coming off 2 laps to go. Just a tough ending for Jeremy there.
Yeah, that is. That's hard to swallow, man.
I'm going to see if maybe he wants to join us here. I fully understand if he doesn't, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's, how about, we'll see if we get, all right, looks like Min Hang's in here. Should we get him in here?
Cool with me.
All right. I'm actually not sure if I can pull him in. I know you can, though, if you want to grab him real quick.
Let me see. Oh, there he is.
Min Hang, you got us there?
Yes, I do.
Man, that was a really good race you put on tonight. That was a great battle there at the end. Just kind of walk us through how that finish went from your view.
Yeah, man, I knew I wasn't gonna leave the top. That was for sure. I think my car was faster on the top during the race, and I knew Jeremy was catching me, and he was running me down. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hold the top, and if he's gonna have to pass me on the bottom, and that's what he had to do. But and he did get the pass, but then he spun out on the exit of the corner. So that was just how I was gonna go. I was gonna hold the top, and if he passed me, then that was cool because I wasn't gonna go to the bottom. I knew my car would be like too the weight would shift too much, and it was gonna be a mess. So, but yeah, sorry, hate that for Jeremy. I knew it was gonna be a good finish, but yeah, we got the W, so can't be too disappointed.
Yeah, definitely. It was really fun there right at the beginning of the race to watch it. You had to come from 11th there. I'm not sure what happened on your qualifying lap, but it didn't take you very long to get up to the front there. It was really between you and the 42 and the 66, and you guys put on a pretty good show for us there. Yeah, that finish was definitely interesting. I also was wondering what were you thinking for pit strategy, because we were up here kind of wondering if you guys were going to try to split the race, or if you guys were going to try to do two stops or try to split the race in half. So what was kind of your mindset once guys started the pit?
Yeah, man. So I think halfway was definitely the good mark because I knew like a good lot of the field had already pitted like a lot of laps before, and so I was like, okay, if we pit halfway, we'll cover off those guys that pit early for sure. Then even if the leaders stay out like a little longer than I do, like 15, 20 laps, I think the deficit the how much faster I would run in that 15, 20 lap margin that I would have over them would be enough to cover the deficit that they'd have to make up on the long end. Obviously, the caution came out, so it didn't really matter, but that was a goal. Splitting it in half was the right decision. It was easy to cover off both ends with that one.
Sure, man. Justin, you got anything for Mr. Hang there?
Not much, man. I mean, it was just you pretty much covered it. He took off as soon as he could get up there to the front. He got there. He made his presence known, and he overtook the 42 with the pit strategy and never looked back. And hats off to you, brother. You pulled it off. As soon as you got up there, you did what you had to and brought home the win.
Yeah, man. Strategy. We didn't have the fastest car all day, so we had to use a little bit of brain power to win us this one. But you win them. You win them how you win them. It doesn't matter if it's by a quarter mile or by a mile. I don't know what they call it, but you get the gist, I think.
Sure, man. Well, if that's all we got for you, men, we'll let you go, man. Great job on the win tonight. Hopefully, we'll see you in a couple weeks at Michigan, and hopefully, we'll see you in the Cup Series on Friday night as well.
Will do. I'll see you then.
Alrighty. Looks like now with us, we just got joined by Mr. Jeremy Beal there, finishing second tonight. Jeremy, I just kind of want you to walk me through that last lap, even though I know that was a rough finish for you there.
Oh man, that sucked. Uh nah man, I got a good run there. I think I thought I had killed my run when I didn't get clear him on that first initial dive bomb. I thought that was gonna heat my tires up too much and I wouldn't be able to get back to him, but I stayed next to him off of there, and honestly I thought I was losing my rear end on entry, but I was fine. And man, as soon as I tapped the throttle there, it just went around. Wasn't nothing I could do, man. Yeah. So unfortunate, but that was super fun, man. I'll take that race in any day of the week, man. Long green flag laps anywhere, especially at Bristol. That's super fun.
Yeah, you did a really good job in the beginning portion of that race, staying up front there. I know you won the pole, so that was a highlight for you. It was a really great race for you. I know it didn't finish quite the way you wanted to, but you were up there, all night long, and you really picked a good time to start going after Min Hang. We were wondering if what all you had left in the tank, and you really cranked it up those last couple laps. It was unfortunate what happened there with two to go, but I definitely give you props for a really great race, and we're still able to get a fourth place finish out of it. Again, I know it's not really what you wanted out of the night, but still a really good run for you, and hopefully see you in a couple weeks at Michigan. Justin, you got anything for him?
Great race, man. I mean, like I say, we were wondering, and as soon as you fired off and you started cutting that gap, I was like, man, I think he chose the perfect time to start going. And you reeled him in, you sent it in, had him clear, and just.
Man, I had him clear too. I know. I so when the spotter came on, I said 10 to go. I kind of seen him getting a little loose there, and he started running a little bit higher line than what he was running. I think he tagged the wall a couple times, so I kind of backed off a couple laps, honestly, to try to cool my stuff off. I was like, all right, if I'm gonna push now, I gotta go now. So when I started cranking in, man, I didn't think I was gonna reel him in until about 3 to 2 laps to go, and yeah, I got to him kind of pretty quick, and yeah, just as soon as I cleared him, man, I went to get back on the throttle, and that really hadn't been a line I had been running all night, other than that first real long green flag run at the beginning, passing lap cars or whatever. I had basically run the top line all night. So when I had to run that bottom, it was I mean, as some of y'all know, it's totally different, man. You have to be real ginger on the throttle, and I just got a little too happy, a little too quick, and center around. But that's all right. I'll be back in Michigan in 2 weeks, so it was fun.
Yeah, that's racing, man. Like I say, you had a great performance, and you led a majority of the. I'm not sure what the exact lap count split was, but I'd say you led at least 50% of the laps, and it's just a great showing for you.
Thanks, man.
Well, looks like Tom made his way into the broadcast here. Based off of that.
I'm behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jeremy, good race though, man. We'll look forward to seeing you at Michigan, and hopefully we'll see you on Friday night in the Cup Series too.
Yeah, man, I'll be there.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Hoping to get a word with Mr. Robertson. Is he around here?
He's
I
in
see
there.
he's in the chat.
He's in there.
Ryan,
What's up, guys?
what's going on, man? I got a couple questions for you. I want to know about the pit strategy because that was very interesting. I was really curious to see if it was going to work out for you if it stayed green, but I just wanted to know kind of what was going through your mind there when you stayed out. But like I said, I think it might have really worked out for you if it would have stayed green. You were hauling.
Yeah, I wanted to pit later, just to make sure I had a tire difference because I saw them pit around halfway in the race. They were splitting it in half, so I didn't actually realize I was a lap down. Was the funny part, but I wanted to have a difference in tires from the two leaders because if I pitted same lap, they were just going to be ahead of me. So that was like my only chance to try to make something happen.
Yeah, I was.
That was
Sorry, go ahead,
that was
Justin.
what I was. You're good. That was what I was confused about. Alex actually told me that you were a lap down, and I was like, oh. I was like, I thought he was third place, like same lap coming on to take second from Beal. I thought for sure.
Yeah. No, I did too, man. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm in second. And then the caution came out, and I was like, oh, man. And then it said I was lucky dog candidate. I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, is this right? So, yeah, I thought that I had played it really good, but I mean, obviously, I stayed out a lot of laps after they had pitted. I pitted about 15 laps roughly after they did. So, yeah, I would have had to catch another lap, and I don't know if that would have happened. But, either way, I didn't deserve to get second place. Jeremy and Min were the class of the field today. Definitely third or fourth place guy, but happy to get second, especially after the season I've had in the Cup Series. So solid race. It was a lot of fun too.
Oh yeah, definitely. This was a good run for you. And you were up in the top three all night. It was most of the time it was you and the 2 and the 42. So good run for you. Yeah, that last lap was quite crazy. It had us up here freaking out. So that was a really good race to the end there. But yeah, good job hanging on for P2 there, sticking with it. I know we'll see you around on Friday night, and I know we'll see you in a couple weeks in Michigan too.
Yep, sounds good, guys. Good job on the broadcast. I kind of did peek at some of it, so yeah, keep it going. Yeah, and we'll see you guys on Friday and at the next Sprocket race.
Alrighty, sounds good. Jeremy, or sorry, Justin, you got any final words for us here?
It was a great race, man. For this, obviously last week was a good race being Daytona. And you don't really get a gauge of what your field is gonna do until you take on a track that isn't a plate track.
Mhm.
So I feel like for this to be race number 2, going from the biggest track that we run, one of the biggest tracks that we run, to one of the smallest tracks that we run, technically the smallest track that we run, distance-wise, being a half mile,
Mhm.
that this is a phenomenal showing for the Sprocket series, and I could be more proud of the guys that we have running this. I mean, not only are they supposed to be getting more time for themselves on the screen and more spotlight time, but they are just doing it in the best way possible of putting on a phenomenal show.
Certainly a fun one tonight, and I know we plan on usually having Floyd Stewart up in here, but it was fun hanging out with you tonight, Justin. If you're ever around, please come back, 'cause it was a good time with you here tonight.
I will do so. I will be up in here on Mondays as much as I can be.
Alrighty, well, thank everybody for watching. Alex Tilley with Justin Shoup, and we will see you in a couple weeks from Michigan.